And here we are. Joel, you need to move closer. See, you're cut off with the thing.
Closer. I'm closer.
All right, come closer. Yes, come closer, Joel, so I can...
Tell me stories. Whisper sweet nothings in my ear.
Tell me, Usul, what... Shit, I forget what the code is. Anyway, hello. Welcome to Funcom's Mixer channel.
Mixer.
And the first ever Conan Exiles live stream on Mixer, where we will be showcasing Conan Exiles on the Xbox, which is very exciting.
The Xbox One. Yes.
The Xbox One, yes, very exciting.
Not to be confused with the original Xbox, which probably can't run Conan Exiles.
No,
or
absolutely
the Xbox 360.
not. Or the Xbox 360.
The Xbox One.
I did the thing for a while where I called it the Xbox One, the first one, and then it got all weird.
Everything got.
Anyway, hello. I'm Jens Erik. I'm the community manager on Conan Exiles, and I'm here with Joel Bylos, the creative director on the game.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, viewers, both old and new.
Welcome. I think, well, I'd like to think at least that we have some new viewers joining us, since this is Mixer, not Twitch, and since people are excited about the Xbox One version of Conan Exiles, and so we're gonna run through some stuff before we jump into the game here. And so...
Holy, you've got a list.
I've got notes.
You're prepared.
I came prepared,
nice.
like a good boy.
Good man. Good man. A good man.
Yes. So, for those of you who haven't really done a lot of digging on what Conan Exiles is, I think we should maybe explain some of the basics. And for you who know the basics, you can just, sit back, maybe grab a Coke, grab a beer if you're so inclined, and just, chill out for a couple of minutes.
It is beer o'clock after all.
It is beer o'clock.
I believe, yep.
It is. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere, and it's 5 o'clock right now.
Right now.
Here we are, at least. So, Conan Exiles is an open-world survival game, sandbox survival game.
Set in the world of
Conan the Barbarian.
Never said that marketing line before.
No, never. Saying it for the first time. Which will be available in Xbox One Game Preview on August 16th, which is in 5 days. People are asking if they can pre-order it and pre-download it. Unfortunately, you can't do that because... this being game preview, it's already considered something of a pre-order, so you can't really pre-buy what's already a pre-purchase. So you're gonna have to wait until the 16th.
You cannot kill that which has already died.
Exactly. Yeah. And so you're gonna have to wait until the 16th before you can buy it. Unfortunately, you don't play as Conan the Barbarian himself. He is a small part of the game, but you do play as an exile banished to a mystical prison where criminals are sent to die. And whether or not those criminal charges are valid or not in your case, that's pretty much up to you to decide. And there are three key words, I guess, to Conan Exiles. It's survive, build, and dominate, which is the three things you will mostly be doing. And surviving meaning you have to watch what you eat, you have to make sure you drink, you have to make sure what kind of clothes you wear, because you might get too warm or you might get too cold with the new temperature system. You build shelter, you build
let's just show them that
all kinds of things. You dominate through PvP, melee combat, and all that good stuff. So the stuff we're going to show you today, everything in the what?
I'm laughing at the chat channel. Let's not describe the gameplay. Let's show the gameplay. I agree. We'll get to that.
Yeah. But everything you see today is going to be in the Xbox version. Everything you've seen on the PC version is going to be in the Xbox version. There are no major differences between the two platforms. No gameplay differences and all that kind of stuff. And I think we're just gonna jump into it. And my switching thing works.
Nice.
That's great. My deck works nicely. We also have in chat Nicole Veo, who's also our community manager over in the US. She'll be answering questions and just being contributing to the good vibrations. Mm-hmm. Yes. So here we are in the frozen north, wearing what is called a Vanir armor.
A Vanir armor set, yeah.
Who are the Vanir, Joe?
Well, Vanir, as described in the Robert E. Howard stories, are a race of they're a race of humans that live in the north.
Yeah.
In the very far frozen wastes of the north.
Yep.
Some would argue that they're perhaps similar to Vikings in some of their descriptions at least. So.
I would very much argue that they are similar to Vikings,
So, yeah.
seeing as they live in like Asgard or Aesir or something.
Yeah.
It's a northern name, basically.
Yep. So where this is a character we created. We're jumping in at level 30 because I'll just jump into the map real quick. Cool. So yep, this is the map of the game. You start theoretically down here in the south, way down south of the river there, and what we're showing is way up here in the frozen north, as we're calling the update that releases on the same day as the Xbox version. So yeah, and yeah, it's cool.
It is very cool.
Yeah, we can.
And we figured why not show off the frozen north, because people have seen the desert. People are excited about the new stuff, you know. So that's the stuff that's coming.
So yeah, I mean, so Xbox players might have immediate questions. How the game runs? Well, we're like 900p. We're looking at a stable 30 FPS. That's our goal. That's what we seem to be achieving right now. There will be, I'm sure, because it's game preview, I'm sure there'll be places where the frame rate drops a little and stutters and things like that. But we're working towards as stable a version as we can, and we'll continue to work on this.
You'd almost think the game was unfinished.
Yeah, we'll continue working on the game throughout the game preview period as well.
Yes.
So yeah, that's one of the cool things about the Xbox and Microsoft. They let you release games in game preview, which I think is a really cool program. So it's nice.
Yes, the Frozen North is available once we launch in Xbox.
Yep.
People are asking about that in chat. And the release for the Frozen North and the Xbox version is August 16th. That's still locked in, as far as I know, at least.
Yep. Cool. So yeah, switching between first and third. I haven't changed the stamina regen rate, but I might if it annoys me too much, because it's a little bit slower than I like on this character. That's fine.
Yep.
So, what should we do? Do we want to talk about building?
I think we can talk about building a little bit, because you made yourself a nice little cube.
I've made myself a cubic house.
Yes. Cool.
So guys, on Xbox, so people may have played this on PC. Xbox, all the controls are updated for Xbox. It's stuff that you're used to. We have if you hold X...
You're running all the time, Joel, so you're going to run out of...
If you hold X, you get the radial menu. You can choose among options on the radial menu. Pretty straightforward stuff. And I can make another fantastic house if you'd like over here. Alright, so cool. So, actually, I'll just point out that we have a radial menu for instead of a hotbar. Yes. Yes,
it is the Xbox house.
Yes. Nice. That was a pun I probably should have thought of myself.
Yes.
So, building controls. When you go into building brush mode, which is this mode, you simply switch different types of building brush activation by hitting Y, and that allows you to move up and down, to rotate. With placeables, it allows you to tilt left and right. It won't be the case with foundations that I can do that, but yeah. Then it's simple snapping. So anybody who's played one of these type of games is probably familiar with this type of system. It works really nicely on the Xbox. The snapping works well. The controller, being able to rotate and change things around just by hitting Y is really nice. But we also have, and maybe it's best to switch to a placeable. Do I have any placeables in my inventory? Let's have a look. Do I have that's a decent placeable?
I mean, there's the standing torch over there. There's the rug.
I can grab a standing torch, I guess. So I'll assign that to my hotbar.
Yeah, unfortunately, like this being a build that's in progress, there might be some frame drops here and there. But of course, we're gonna work as well as we can to ensure a stable 30 FPS on console.
So I'm actually gonna try and break the placement on this one so that I can show something cool. Alright, so you get this not enough contact with the ground. If you hit X, it auto snaps it to the best possible building position for you.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. So fast building, people who want to build quickly, just hit X and bam, and you're in good spot for that.
Someone pointed out in chat that you're not lining up the boards, and so apparently their OCD kicked in.
I apologize for those who have OCD. It's actually not a problem I have, thank goodness. So, cool. So yeah, there we go. Oh, a little bit of rain coming down. Nice.
That's normal in the frozen north, of course,
because the frozen north, you'll get this sort of effects in the biome.
It's slightly Norwegian,
yeah,
as far as the weather goes.
Yes.
Right.
Cool. So yeah, that's basically how we've handled building controls on the Xbox. It seems to work pretty smoothly.
The rainbow sweater had to be left behind because it was confusing the hell out of the webcam.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I had to not wear that today. Basically, I'm sorry. If I can make it work on stream, maybe I'll wear it another time. So
Cool.
you know, my fans, you know, they.
It's good to see they notice. Nobody notices what I'm wearing, and that's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. I was just going to point out something cool about the temperature system.
Yes.
Seeing we're here with standing torches. If you stand by open flames, your temperature will increase. So, we were talking about that these houses are actually slightly more insulated as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you're inside a wooden house, an insulated wooden house, you tend to have a lower temperature. But you also get temperature boosts from standing next to fires. I've placed a fireplace here. So yeah, that's different. So actually I'm starting to get a bit too warm because
There are too many fires around you.
Yeah, exactly. Essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I've placed some lovely skulls in my house because I'm that kind of guy. Or gal, as may be the case.
You're also getting some compliments for your shirt in chat, Joel.
Thank you.
Though it should say Legends now, since it's Secret World Legends. But this is an old shirt.
I didn't. To be fair, I didn't work on Secret World Legends. I
is
only
true.
worked on the Secret World,
Yeah.
so I can only. wear this
You're
t-shirt.
old school.
Cool. All right, so this is this is Exiles in the northern, the frozen north.
The Frozen North,
I
the
was gonna
Northern
say
Territories.
The Northern Territory.
And of course, everyone wants to know: can you build yourself a giant ice wall and clear yourself King of the North?
You can try,
You can try.
and the White Walkers might stop you. I mean, I don't know. All right, cool.
All right. Hashtag what is Joel wearing today? He is wearing a Secret World shirt.
Joel is clad in.
Joel Bylos is
Joel's
clad
wearing
in.
a lovely in a cotton ensemble, put together by
Should we maybe make it a bit brighter in the day?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to cheat now.
We're gonna
That's
cheat
fine.
now?
It gives me a chance to segue into the admin panel,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice. The admin panel is intact on the Xbox, and basically you can spawn things, you can search for things. Some differences obviously from the PC, but you get to pull up the virtual keyboard if you want to look through things. It's great. And I'm just going to go down here. I'm going to make myself not hungry because I'm not going to go foraging for food during this little forage in the game. I'm going to change the time of day to noon, and I'm going to freeze the sky so that it doesn't get any darker. Sound
Nice.
good to you?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Alright. These commands are available in the game for anyone who is an admin. So server admins have a lot of control over their server through this dashboard. You can do a lot of things. You can also actually, I may as well, not in the inventory, go to the settings menu and just show that we now have gamepad presets. Some of the text is cut off here. It's being fixed. We're actually, we're sort of going to create several profiles here for people to choose from. At the moment, it's just the one setup, but we're going to change that. And you can see basically how the controls will work here. And then under the server settings, you can choose the difficulty setting of the game. I'm playing on the civilized setting.
Yeah, this is because currently we're playing on single player mode.
Single player.
Yeah.
But servers can be set to these difficulty presets by default as
Yeah,
well, which
yes.
means that people can choose things. You can basically alter your server settings from here, guys. No problem at all.
Which neatly segues into servers on Xbox One, which a lot of people have been asking about because, of course, it's one of the major things that we should maybe talk about
People would like to
mention.
know.
People would like to know.
People want to know.
The people do want to know. So
No.
for launch, we're going to have PvP and PvE servers set to various settings. Some of them will be servers where you level up much faster and you gather stuff much faster than in others, and some of them will have the normal rate. I think also some of them might have some PvP timed windows as well for people who would like to play that. As for private servers, we've set it up so that you need to rent a private server if you want a private server for the game. You don't need to buy an extra Xbox like you do in some other games, but you will need to rent a private server if you want a private server. Now we've made it really, really easy for people to do that by just having a thing in the main menu of the game when you start it, where it just says rent server, and that will immediately send you to our server partner, Gportal, and then you can rent a server from them. Now, none of the money from server rentals goes back to us. It all goes to Gportal, so they can improve their services and earn a living keep. And we just basically made it easier for you guys to get in touch with Gportal and to set up and rent a private server.
Yep.
So that's that out of the way.
That is done.
That was something people always want to know, as far as I know at least. So where are you taking us, Joel?
I'm going to head towards the frozen bit, because the frozen bit's always fun to head towards.
Yes, absolutely.
And yeah, let's hope that our medium armor and stamina hold up. That seems fine. So yeah, as you can see, the climbing system is fully intact on Xbox. There's I mean, literally no difference between the two versions, except that because we have to do certification on patches for Xbox. It might be that the PC version's ahead by a couple of days.
Yeah.
On our patch schedule, but most of the time we'll be keeping the versions aligned as closely as possible.
Mm-hmm.
All the features that we have on the PC version are available in the Xbox from day one.
Yes. So you'll be able to jump in and do basically everything that the PC players have already been doing for about 6 months-ish of early access. And of course, everything will continue to evolve and change based on community feedback until we launch in Q1 of 2018.
Yep.
I think, Joel, maybe we should try to show off some fighting or gathering, maybe?
Gathering.
For sure. People, okay, maybe not gathering, but yeah, for people who haven't already seen it, this is the radial menu. If you can pop that back up.
Yeah, sure.
From the radial menu, you can quite simply choose your weapons, choose your shields. You can choose building pieces. You can choose all kinds of things, and then you can just run out and
yeah, you can
fight.
push Y to sheath and unsheath your weapons. Left trigger is block. Right trigger is heavy swing. Right button, light swing. You can basically chain these together. Heavy swings can be held, and then they will rip after a period of time, so it's about timing, setting that up. Yep, blocks can be held. Blocks are very good for staggering enemies.
And then there's also the dodge mechanic.
And then there's dodge. In different armor sets, dodge is faster and slower. I mean, people who are familiar with the controls of Dark Souls will probably have no problem understanding how dodge works. It's a defensive dodge, so there is no dodge forwards, there is only dodge backwards, left and right, because it is intended by us to be a defensive mechanic and never an aggressive mechanic. It's not there to get you into fights faster.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna... Well, maybe we can just... I haven't actually set myself up with the proper harvesting tools, but hey, you can harvest stone.
I don't think you should harvest stone with a hammer. I think you should use a pickaxe.
It's a giant hammer, it works.
Yeah, that works. That's true.
Now we're coming into a more frozen area of the level. Pretty sure there's a camp of NPCs down here who will mess me up if I...
How pretty sure are you?
I'm pretty sure.
Alright. We're taking bets.
Alright, let me just put away my hammer.
Because I think people want to see some fighting. You know? There we go.
Alrighty.
Alright. We should try... I don't know, like, your approach, from what I understand, is to first try to hit them with the bow and then go in with the melee fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's generally what I do.
Alright.
Let's see. What have I got? I actually don't think I have any arrows for my bow, though, so... Wonderful. Alright, let me quickly spawn some arrows by cheating.
We should have been much better prepared for this.
I was better prepared earlier, I just failed. It's alright.
But yeah, the admin panel is available when you play single player or when you're a server admin. And it allows you to cheat a little bit, basically.
So I recommend not using it in single player unless you're absolutely like hell-bent on testing things, because otherwise you do kind of ruin the game for yourself.
Yes. So we advise you, to play it how you normally would play it, basically. Yes, people are asking about pricing for the private server rentals. That's not something we're going to talk about right now, but we will reveal that at a later date.
Okay. Basically. I don't actually know pricing. That's someone else's job.
Yes.
Someone else's job and someone else's problem.
You just make the game, Joel. You just make the game as good as it can be.
I try.
Yes.
There we go. Now equip. I don't like this when this happens. Yeah, I've done equip the arrows, and then I have to equip the bow again. Okay,
alright, there we go.
Cool. Alright, cool. Now I'm going to see if I can kill some dudes.
I don't know, there are a lot of them.
There's a lot of
dudes.
dudes.
Like, let's see, 1, 2... There's
5 dudes
6
and
of them.
on the far side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about this.
And so what?
This is a survival game, guys. We've recently updated all of the artificial intelligence in the game, which actually makes the game quite a bit harder.
Mm-hmm.
And you might see that if I manage to not fail hard here. We'll see.
Come on, Joel, hit him.
Got it.
Ah, you were a bit over him. No.
Not all of us are master archers, dude.
Not all of us have done 10 years of archery, like I have.
Alright, so these guys are actually searching for me now, I think.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get out around the corner. Oh, the guy with the bow's not searching, he's shooting.
Yeah.
That's alright, I got a shield. Let's keep it up. Where are you, dude? Come on, Cletus. Oh, here we go. This looks like it was a bad decision.
And now you've started to freeze as well. This isn't going good, Joel.
This is what happens when you're a failure like me.
So of course what we do is we escape from the
guy with the bow might
the
shoot
guy
me
with
off
the bow.
wall. Oh,
and you're going to fall down too.
This is going to end poorly.
I think
everybody.
so. I think you need Joel. I just think you need to fight them. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Stamina?
Without stamina. Yeah.
Nice. That was quick.
That was very quick.
The relentless AI. Yeah, I shouldn't have tried to run away.
So the lesson of the moral of today's story is
don't pull five guys at once.
Yeah, don't pull 5 NPCs at once because they might kill you.
Or unless you're very overgeared, in which case it's fine.
Yes.
Okay. Back in my hut, killed by a Nordheimer fighter. I'm playing in. Oh, we didn't change the setting.
Mistakes were indeed made. Yes, that's also a mistake that were made. But you know, we can always get more. So if we were playing on the what do we call it? The civilized settings, we wouldn't have lost any of our stuff after upon death.
You can set that up.
Yeah, but now that we did, we have to basically spawn some stuff in.
I'll spawn myself some cool stuff instead.
Yeah, because there's a lot of new cool stuff that's coming, like the Vanir armor we already showed.
Cool
Last week we showed the fur armor, which helps against the cold. We might also be able to spawn in some alcohol, maybe show off some of those effects.
Sure,
because
I can do that.
That's also a part of the game. And while you're doing this, I'm just gonna take a few moments to address one of the other things that people have been asking.
Give a word from our sponsors.
Yes, no, we have no sponsors, Joel.
That's
it's
true.
all us, all the time.
Oh my goodness!
Unless you consider our investors our sponsors. I don't know. Anyway, one of the things that we should... I'm just going to switch back to the webcam so we don't see you sitting and scrolling through the admin panel. One of the things that people have been very, very keen to know is the subject of nudity on the Xbox One version of the game because, this is the world of Conan the Barbarian. It is a very, sometimes very lightly dressed world, I'd say. And so we decided to do full nudity on the PC version. Now for consoles, there are rating stuff and all kinds of things that we have to deal with. And basically, we've gotten an ESRB rating and we've gotten a PEGI rating. The PEGI rating is 18 in Europe, and the ESRB rating is an M rating. And so there will be full nudity on the Xbox version in Europe, and there will be partial nudity on the Xbox One version in the US. Correct. And the reason for this is if we included full nudity in Conan Exiles, this would have resulted in a more restrictive ESRB rating in North America, which then might have prevented a broad release of the game.
Yes.
And so that is how it is, basically.
Sounds about right.
Yes.
So nudity is a go in Europe for us filthy, filthy Europeans.
But you're not a European, Joel. You're an Australian.
Well, I was originally a European.
Yeah.
And then they sent me to Australia.
Yeah.
Cool, I've switched armors.
And we're back in the game now. Now that you've switched armors.
Actually...
What armor is this, Joel?
This is a hardened steel armor.
Yep.
Which is
cool. also one of the new materials that we're adding in the Frozen North alongside star metal and black ice.
Yes.
Black ice, which you harvest from very cold areas, and star metal harvested from something you might see if you look up at the sky for a while. Let's just keep it at that.
Ooh, mysterious.
Yes, I mean we gotta keep like some things close to the chest, in my opinion. Don't you agree?
Speaking of nudity,
what about it?
Keeping things close to the chest.
Oh right, funny. Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I do. No, it's actually not what I do. I'm not a comedian. I apologize to everybody listening.
So, I think we might also need to mention the journey system. I don't know if this is on... It should be on this version. There it is. What is the journey system, Joel? Like, we've seen some of the stuff pop up as we've been playing.
Right, so the journey system basically gives you a few goals along the way. It's not a quest system, which I know people have asked for in the past, though it does have the capacity for players, modders on PC to create their own sort of... They can add their own tasks to it, which are basically quests if they want to. It's more like, I would say, an achievement/tutorial system. If you've never played a survival game before,
and many people haven't,
simply open the journey. It will tell you, it'll give you some sort of like feedback. What should you be doing now? So if you look at chapter 1, we've completed chapter 1.
Yeah.
Okay, we've done everything there is to do there. So we've crafted a tool. We've used a bed or a bedroll. We found signs of intelligent life, which was really hard to do in this room. We want to fight.
Come on.
We've eaten something. We've clothed ourselves.
I'm not
and
that
we've
dumb.
We've had something to drink.
Yes.
In chapter 2, however, you can see we haven't done certain things, but we get told what to do. So now we're being told to get a dedicated weapon, okay? We actually have done that, but that's fine because we haven't done it properly because we've been cheating.
Yes.
Use a dagger to skin an animal. Find other exiles. Store goods. So all of these small tasks, it's just if at any point in the game you don't know what to do, you can just open this and say, I could go do that. And if you see in chapter 3, there are things we've unlocked, like equipping a piece of light armor, sleeping in a bed, shooting an enemy. We've done some of these things without actually having unlocked chapter 3.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. If you want to do things that are in chapter 4, you might actually accidentally stumble across them as you play the game, but you can't see what they are until you complete the chapter before. So it basically just gives people a way to pace themselves through the game as they play. Cool.
Which I think is a good incentive for players, because one of the feedbacks that we have seen a couple of times is people saying, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do here.
I'm stuck.
And so, it's an easy thing to just click it up.
It eases you into different mechanics in the game,
yes.
How to capture thralls. It eases you into these things, but it's not an in-your-face tutorial. It just shows up if you want it to.
Yeah,
that's what's I think kind of cool about it.
So where are you taking us now, Joel?
I think there's a camp up on this hill, and we're overlooking New Azagarth, the city of the Nordheimers, which is a cool place if you ever want to go visit there.
It's also where we were slaughtered in our previous stream.
Yeah, that's where dude, I die so much in this area, especially on streams, right? Because it's not my character, and I'm not really, I'm pulling camps in ways that I just wouldn't do.
Yeah, exactly, and it's the way I play the game. Because this is more like a performative thing, and it's different.
Performative thing.
A performative thing, yeah, because it's different. There's the difference between playing the game as a developer, playing the game on a stream, and just playing the game for yourself at home. Because now we're trying to show some of the features. We're trying to show some of the improved AI. We're trying to show some of the combat stuff.
Forcing ourselves into
situations we might not have gone into. Oh, there's a person.
Yeah, she's
coming.
Me.
Yep,
she's coming. It's fine. She didn't cry for help because I didn't damage her. All right, let's do this. All right, sweetie, got this.
There you go. Remember the block.
Yeah, I got her. This shield's unbreakable. Oh, and then she broke it. No, I'm joking.
Oh, careful.
What's that?
That was another person, and you're running out of stamina.
Oh my goodness. This is why we should have set my stamina usage to none.
Wrecked. Wrecked again.
Wrecked twice.
Yep.
You want some?
Oh, you don't know. You know how this is going to go, Joel.
Oh my goodness. Getting wrecked on stream seems to be my thing these days.
Absolutely. But it's
now I have to spawn gear again.
We forgot to change the settings once more.
No, it didn't save the gear as I said it.
Right. It happens. Civilized? Yes.
Alright, cool.
Thank you.
Let's try.
Alright.
More questions to answer?
There's always some questions to answer. People are wondering about the max player count on official servers.
It's 40 at the moment.
Yes.
And it will be the same on Xbox. And we're aiming to have 70 by launch.
Yes. And of course, private server admins can set whatever player limit they want to.
Yes.
Like, our recommendation is to set it at 40. But I've also been talking to server admins who say that they've been able to run servers with 70 players, with 60 players, with 50 players. So it's basically, it's up to you. It's your server. You make the call. One of the things also that we should mention is that we are going to do a full wipe across all official servers on August 16th in order to give people a clean slate and basically an evil starting point, an even starting point. But if you're running a private server, you don't need to do a reset, because when we release the Frozen North expansion update, it's just going to come out as a regular patch, and it's just going to basically just slot into the already existing game, hopefully without too many bugs or incidents. But you never know what happens in a game that's in early access or in game preview. So yeah, if you're a private server admin, you don't have to reset your server, but we are going to reset all the official servers when we release the Frozen North. Yes, there's that out of the way. Are we good now as far as stuff goes?
Equipping my lady.
Yep.
You want me to equip my lady?
I would like you to do that, Joel.
Cool. I'm getting there.
Slowly but surely.
And we got you there.
Don't you need fiber bindings in order to, along with the truncheon?
That's only if I want to drag someone.
Okay. So we should probably explain what the truncheon and the fiber bindings are all about, because
Sure.
in case people don't know that.
Then I should actually spawn some fiber bindings, dude.
Yeah. And so one of the systems that we have in the game is the Thrall System, which allows you to basically knock someone on the head and then drag them back to your base, stuff them in your Wheel of Pain, and then you can make them your workers or your guardsmen or your archers, for example. And so basically you need to kidnap NPCs and then make them become your thralls, as we call it. And certain thralls will unlock certain things, like a armor making thrall might unlock a better version of a piece of armor for you, for example. A smelter thrall might help you out in a smelter or a forge, for example. A weapon maker or a smithy is what they call it, can help you get some better gear and some better better weapons is the phrase that I'm asking for.
I'm just gonna do this because I'm an evil person now.
You're gonna turn off stamina?
I'm turning off my sprint cost at least.
Yes.
Poor people.
So I'm starting to sound like Eddie Izzard now by saying so all the time. The Thrall System is obviously going to be expanded throughout early access and throughout game preview, and the idea is to eventually maybe introduce some kind of a fuller settlement system. I know that's one of the things that you really want to do.
Yeah, thrall settlements will be coming with the ability to, for example, equip your thralls with different sets of equipment that you craft. Lots of small details that are going to go in there that I think people are really going to like.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm excited to see some of what other things we add to the game as far as during early access and during game preview. All right, Joel. The deer are running away from you.
That happens.
And you've turned off all the stamina consumption, so now you can wreck fools. Let's see it.
There's no pressure at all, though.
No pressure.
Thing, right?
No pressure at all from me. Just do it. Come on. You have how many hours do you have in this game now? On Steam?
I have, I think about 800.
Yeah, 800 hours. You'll be fine.
I don't know as much as some of the players do, but then again, I have to work on the game as well. Lady, you are irritating me.
And so for combat, I mean, combat has gotten a big revamp recently, and of course we're gonna continue to change and alter combat as...
This chick's a wrecking ball.
Oh yeah, she's given you quite a beating so far. There we go.
Man.
Yes, you did it, finally. So some of the things that we have now in combat are going to be added. They're going to be added.
Boo! No loot.
There's going to be new stuff added to combat eventually.
Yeah, we're working on. So what we've done recently is we've worked on improving the block system, changing the way that swords work, separating buttons, because on the controller you have now light attack and heavy attack on separated buttons. Before on the PC they were hold controls. We've separated that out. It actually gives us the freedom now to work on combos, so we'll be doing light and heavy combos with completely different animations. If you see the way the light attack and the heavy attack are actually both whiffing from the same place, both attacking from the same area, it's actually a change we made to combat recently, which means that we can now do, for example, animations off the heavy attack that are completely separate, like a thrust or a charge attack, or whatever. So there's lots of stuff we can do with that. You want me to try and take a thrall?
Do it.
Oh, this is gonna end in tears for somebody. Me or the thrall, possibly the thrall's family. How many people are there at that campfire? Ah, here comes a dude. Oh man. Yeah. I don't know about this. There's a guy shooting me with a bow now. I'm just gonna keep backing off.
Yeah, you gotta be careful now.
Yeah, I know.
Because that archer will really mess you up unless you're able to... So, like, holding up the shield and staggering your enemy, that's gonna drain some stamina, right?
No, it doesn't drain stamina, it drains shield durability, which means my shield will shatter eventually.
Yes. But it's hardened, well, it's star metal, so it should last for, hopefully, for a while.
It's not going to be one hit, to put it that way, but...
Right.
But now I'm in a situation where I can either turn and flee, I have full XP, but I don't have a lot of health. And I haven't regened, so... I'm just going to keep backing off.
Hopefully this archer can actually hit the fighter in the back of the head with some of his arrows.
No, they won't hit each other,
okay.
Hopefully. Alright, cool, so now I can get some distance. So yeah, it's a survival game, guys. It's not easy. I would say.
Video games, they're difficult sometimes.
This one, in particular. See, I've
lost you're down to half your durability on the stream shield. Jesus Christ. Oof.
Oof.
Yes, so for people watching the chat, I made Undead Hooligan a mod because
I tried to foolishly switch to. I foolishly tried to switch to first person mode then, and died horribly.
As far as the time, people are asking about when the game will release on the 16th. I don't think we're talking about that just yet.
I'm not even sure we control that.
Maybe not. No, we might not be. So we're just gonna. We can't say for sure just yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it's.
It will be available on the 16th, and you should be able to. You will be able to download it.
I don't think we push the button, to put it that way. I think we coordinate with Microsoft, and something happens there. Yeah. So I don't know for sure.
As for achievements, there probably won't be achievements for game preview launch, but of course we're working on implementing them for full launch. Settings aren't working, Joel.
That's because I'm changing it on the fly.
Oh, okay.
In a local game. That's what I'm saying. It needs to be set on the server.
Yeah. Yes, like I said. What did I say?
I don't know. But I'm going to cloak now and go for a wander.
Okay, let's go for a cloak.
Save me the embarrassment of dying over and over again.
Cloaking, for those who don't know, means that nothing will attack us, so now we can just walk around in peace and show off some of the cool stuff that's coming. Yes, achievements. We're working on getting achievements for full launch, but they won't be in for game preview launch.
Yeah, we don't have them in.
Yeah, because the things that we've been focusing on is basically the core aspects of the game, like making the game run well and making sure that it has all the features that it needs to have.
We've been focusing on tech and controls for the most part for the Xbox. The content of the game will continue to increase over the next period that we work on it until launch, essentially. So we'll be adding more content, but the technical aspects and the getting the control scheme down to a level we want, it's not perfect yet either. There are changes we will make as we go, but getting things to feel good to play on the Xbox and to run well, that's been our primary focus with Xbox. So yeah.
Maybe we should try finding a decent place to build. Like, we already have one, but we could try finding someplace else.
I was thinking we could just go and look at, for example, dungeon entrances and things like that.
Sure, but I also think some people might want to see a bit of building.
Building, eh?
Hint, hint.
Didn't we already show some building?
Well, we showed it a little bit, but I think the more advanced stuff.
Oh, maybe you should have the controller if you want to do that.
I'm getting like messages in my ear, so to speak, from a certain third person.
I don't know who that would be. I have no idea.
No, me neither.
We did show building at the start, but we can show some more. Let me just find a nice place to show it from.
Yeah, here for example.
No,
it's not good enough.
In amongst the leavenings that you need to make alcohol in the game.
Yeah, but you're very close to an NPC camp now, so it might not be a good idea to build.
I'm cloaked.
Yeah, of
so
course.
They won't see me.
But just in general, you know, you might not want to build like on top
sure.
of NPC camps because they're going to come back and they're going to try to kill you.
That's actually a very good point.
But yeah, it's the Frozen North, in my opinion, looks really cool, and I'm really excited to see some of the stuff that people will be able to like. I'm excited about seeing people discovering some of the things that we made for them, like discovering the dungeons, discovering some of the treasures and the neat little things that we've
there's a lot of
here
stuff to find up here.
Yeah. So. Someone's asking if we're still adding the sorcery system.
Yeah, of course.
I believe that is a yes.
As planned.
Everything is planned. Everything is coming eventually.
Oh, yeah. It's you know what they say. It's just work.
It is just work.
You just have to do the work. Do the work, man, and it'll.
Someone's been watching Rick and Morty.
Oh, no? You're thinking of the
latest episode where they say it's just work. You just have to do the work.
Do the work is older than that episode of Rick and Morty, though. You know, I'm married to a psychologist. I hear that stuff all the time.
Yeah, I bet you do. I bet that's gotta be. I bet that's gotta be a pain sometimes.
The reason I wanted to come here is because I think there's some.
Yes, this place. I really like the look of this place. It's like rib cages, you know.
Yeah.
And of course, there are some giant shalebacks that we might need to avoid. I have never seen this guy before.
Yeah.
That's a journey item. No, that's a map item.
Map item.
So in the map, when you discover new things, it will update with where you've been and the places that you've seen there.
Exactly.
So while you're running around, I think we should get to like the biggest thing that everyone wants us to know. Everyone wants us to tell them.
Biggest thing?
I think the biggest thing is the price.
Oh yeah.
Because that's like I think that's the one word that I've seen being repeated most in the Mixer chat, and that's like. Hey, how much is this going to cost? How much is this going to cost? What's the price?
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to start building.
You're going to start building. Yes. For early access, no, game preview launch.
What am I doing?
The game is going to cost. Let's see. I'm just going to bring up my notes here. It's going to cost $34.99 US dollars. That's the, and then of course it's going to be adjusted for other currencies and other markets. But $34.99 is the thing that we're taking the that's our starting point, and then we're working our way from there.
How much does it cost, Dr. Nick?
It costs $34.99. I was going to say 35, but it's $34.99.
Just for the price of $34.99.
Yes. So price confirmed. I'm typing that into chat right now. $34.99. I'm going to remember the proper decimal point as well. So, what's going on with the server wipe? Someone asked in chat that what's going on is that we will wipe all the official servers before we release the Frozen North. If you're a private server admin, you do not have to wipe your servers, but you can if you want to. It's up to you. It's your game. It's your server.
Oh.
Ah, we cannot build here.
Not allowed.
Nope.
Denied.
You chose the wrong spot, Joel.
The man.
The wrong spot. And of course, what always happens when we announce the price, people are asking, okay, what's it going to cost in pounds, in euros, in Canadian dollars, in Norwegian kroner, all that kind of stuff.
Let me Google that for you. I have no idea.
Yes. $34.99 is US dollars is what I can say right now, and more pricing details to come later.
Nice.
Basically.
Those guys, AI, were having fun spinning around.
Mandalorian says no, you can't use an Xbox as a private server. If you want a private server, you're going to have to rent it from our server partner, G-Portal. There will be a option in the main menu of the game when you start the game to rent a server, so you can do that then.
Maybe we can build here among the ruins of Skyholm.
Maybe you can.
Yes.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna take it up.
And now this is the black ice reinforced stuff, right?
Yeah. So this is one of the highest tier, or it's a tier 3 building type.
The size of the download, I don't know that information yet, unfortunately. But,
the last version I tested on Xbox, which is probably this version, but actually the last version I tested personally at home was 24 gig-ish.
Okay, so 24 gig-ish.
But that doesn't mean that it's not going to be larger. I just don't know.
Yeah.
It's a piece.
Pricing details for renting servers is gonna have to come later, unfortunately. That's not something we can reveal right now.
Well, as I said before, I don't even know.
You don't know.
Oh, do you know?
I
You're
don't
just not
know.
telling people?
I don't know either.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
What?
I know that one of my coworkers in marketing have been working on this stuff for the past week, but I don't know specific numbers for
just numbers,
any of this stuff.
A guy in marketing taking a week to come up with, some prices. That sounds like a joke. No, I'm joking.
That's not how marketing works.
That's not how marketing works.
That's not how any of this works. Like old days 92. Any news? Yes, we've given a lot of news if you've been watching the stream. Oof. How do you download? Well, you download it when the game is released, and it will be released on August 16th in the game preview program. You should hopefully find it in the Xbox One store. If not, then...
Xbox launches next Wednesday.
Yes. Next Wednesday. So in 5 days, we're launching on the Xbox. Everything that's in the PC version will be available in the Xbox One version. There will be no differences between the two versions. So all the things and of course all the things that you've seen on this stream has been running on the Xbox One.
Yes, indeed. I'm sorry, I'm just breaking stuff down, making stuff up. I'm very good at building cubes. In case that was something you were wondering about.
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
cube skills are very, very good.
Your box skills.
The cube is strong in this one. Yeah, there's a lot of for people who've never played the game. There's a lot of fancy building pieces like wedge-shaped triangle pieces, wedges, different things you can use to build pretty spectacular architecture. I'm just like, it's certainly not my forte. I'm creative in other directions, so I'm not an architect and I never will be. So yeah,
I like building like some like elaborate things with this game because it allows me to do just that.
I build like dungeons.
Yeah,
I basically build like labyrinths and force people to run through them if they're going to steal my stuff.
Some people do that, Joel.
Oh, I ran out of...
You ran out of building pieces.
Why am I failing? Because I ran out of building pieces. Yes, that happens.
What has changed from PC that Xbox has? Nothing has changed. Well, everything has changed with the game. If you've gone to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Funcom, you can find a lovely little video with Joel here explaining basically everything that's changed and will change in Conan Exiles with the release of the Frozen North. But across the board, the PC and Xbox versions are basically the same thing.
Indeed.
And all the controller support from the Xbox One version will of course filter over into the PC version if you prefer playing with a controller. If you prefer playing with a mouse and keyboard, then, knock yourself out and play with a mouse and keyboard.
You're already happy.
Yes.
Cool. Yes, and there's a lot of stuff. We've made a lot of key changes, a lot of changes to the general control system with this launch. So people will be able to remap keys to different buttons. We've separated dodge and sprint, for example, to make dodging a deliberate, more purposeful action. And sprint now puts away a weapon. So if you're trying to escape a fight, you make that choice now, and it puts your weapons away, and you can sprint. So there's a lot of small tweaks that just add different things to the game. We're going down into the Mountains of the Dead type region soon.
And the Mountains of the Dead being where the whites will come.
Yeah.
That's whites, W-I-G-H-T, not whites, W-H-I-T-E, that some people seem to think it is. Which is, it's a fair mistake to make. I probably would have made that mistake previously.
Yeah. The white stripes, they come up at night and attack you.
Yeah.
While playing music. It's amazing.
Yeah. And if you're just joining us and you're wondering about the nudity and the rating and all that stuff, we've been given an M rating by the ESRB in North America. We've been given an 18 rating by PEGI in Europe. This means that there will be full nudity in the European version. There will be partial nudity in the North American version, because including full nudity in Conan Exiles would have resulted in a more restrictive ESRB rating in North America, thereby which might have prevented a broad release.
It's a lovely mouthful.
Yes. Mad Attack 86, no, players will not be able to reproduce. Unless you're playing on PC and you download a mod that we're not going to name drop, I guess.
I didn't know there was one you could reproduce.
Well, not reproduce, but there are mods where you can perform reproductive acts.
Okay, sure, yeah. I see what they mean.
If we want to call it that.
Yes.
Someone pointed out in the chat that we haven't shown how crafting works, which I think is a very good thing to show. Yeah.
Sure. Maybe I should just craft something basic. Let's see.
Let's do it.
What do I have? Yeah. Basically, okay, let me go find some plant fiber.
Yes. There should hopefully be some around here.
There's a bush.
Are you gonna... I was gonna make a joke about picking bushes or something, but it didn't really go anywhere.
I'm getting no resources from these ones though, so...
That's a shame. And so we're cloaked right now, which means that the wolves aren't attacking us, hopefully.
Yeah.
So
I'm cheating it up, kids, because I keep dying.
As for mods on Xbox, it's a bit of a complicated thing, and we can't really promise that it'll happen. It definitely won't happen at game preview launch, but we shall see. Basically,
I'm getting the items. I'm just not getting the pop-up correctly.
Okay,
that's fine. That just means I need to harvest a few more of these.
More plant fiber. Basically, crafting works in that you gather resources, and in your inventory window on the right, you see the crafting screen. And then all the recipes that you've learned while leveling up.
Of course I have 7.
All the recipes that you learn while leveling up, and you pick and choose which recipes to learn, will be available there. Then you can, if you have all the prerequisite materials, you just choose what you want to craft. And then you click a button, and then it'll start crafting.
Yeah. I can go a little more in depth on this. Yeah. So
I keep messing up on the buttons too.
Yeah, it's different per game, unfortunately. Yeah. All right, so we want to craft. Let's just craft something simple like our hand wraps. Cool. Down to the crafting window, hit craft. Starts crafting in the queue. If I exit out, you can see it in the bottom right of my screen.
Yes.
That it's ongoing crafting.
Yeah.
And if it's a piece of armor or a weapon, basically it gets auto-equipped either to your wheel or to your body if it's a piece of armor. So this will hopefully get auto-equipped.
I just had to move our webcam because we were actually blocking the thing where it said.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
So yeah, so now she's wearing those gloves. In the magical level up window,
yep,
which I'll go to in a second, you can learn recipes. Here are a huge list of recipes of things you can learn as you level up in the game. Many different things. There are also recipes you can learn in the world by finding certain locations. There are recipes that you can learn from NPCs. So
and there are thralls that unlock certain recipes for you as well.
There are thralls that unlock recipes on machines. So this is not all the crafting that you can do in the game. This is just the crafting you can... These are different feats, right? So for example, to give you a clearer sort of picture of that, if you're starting the game out for the first time and you want to learn to build, taking the apprentice mason feat then teaches you everything here.
Everything you need to build.
In the list on the right-hand side here. Yeah. So you learn sandstone foundations, you learn how to repair things, you learn the walls. So it's not as simple as just learning one thing for every feat, though in some cases, of course, you do. But you often learn many things. So for example, if you learn the armorer's bench, you also learn how to make light chest padding, light chest pieces. And then it highlights all the things that it enables you to do later. So it's quite in depth. And then there's production chains. So you end up learning to make a machine like the mixer, the fireball cauldron, for example. Fireball cauldron allows you access to dyes. It allows you to craft orbs. Yeah. Carpenter's bench allows you to craft, for example, shaped wood. Shaped wood is required to craft tier 2 wooden walls, things like that. So there is quite a lot of...
The requirements for unlocking the unlock button is having the required knowledge points, basically.
Yeah, if you see at the top...
For example, I think it's the stairs might be one knowledge point. Because at the top there you can see it says spent and it says available, because I have one knowledge point available left. So for example, I can teach myself how to build sandstone stairs. And then you see the unlock button is there.
And now we unlocked it. Yes, and so this is an example of a UI that we'll be improving. We actually have a new feat UI that we're working on. It won't be out with the Xbox launch. It'll be out hopefully within a month after. Yeah. So it'll be coming not that long after launch, and it improves the UI feel and the movement in the feat window.
Everything's going to look better.
Yeah, the idea is to continue working on improving these things towards launch, right?
Yeah. You'd almost think the game was unfinished.
You'd almost think we weren't quite there yet.
Yeah.
Cool.
But we will get there.
We will indeed.
I think as sort of a big finale, which we did last time, maybe we should summon Ymir and have people have a gander at what he might look like.
Sure. So I don't know how well Xbox players know the game, but we have a religion system in the game. It allows you to craft altars. It allows you to worship gods. Over time you accumulate favor with those gods, and eventually you can summon an avatar of the gods. So now I'm just going to cheat, because it's much easier.
It's always much easier.
This is a process that takes a lot of time. I should have done this over by my building so I could crush it.
Yes, you should have done that, but it's too late.
Alas.
Alas,
Joel. It's too late. You have no other option but to summon it here. Alright, where is it? True name.
There is a hide HUD option on PC. Will there be one on the Xbox, do you think? For screenshots and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Let's see.
Yes, you're about to see the avatar. In case you're wondering. Frostworm asks, can I be Daenerys Targaryen? I mean, technically you can make a character with very light hair, but you won't be able to summon dragons. What's going on?
On my controller on my PC, I have Vanity Cam mapped to one of these buttons.
But it doesn't appear to be working.
No, it's not mapped on there.
Let's just show him the avatar.
Sure. I was just seeing if I could get to Vanity Cam, because that turns the GUI off.
That is true.
Vanity Cam automatically turns it off. Alright, so I just use it.
Do it. Here we go.
No GUI here.
No GUI here.
Rise, Ymir. Rise. It's very, I think I'm channeling Star Wars Episode 3.
Rise. I can't do the voice.
Here we go.
I'm just like counting down the seconds to see chat go completely crazy for Ymir. I'm just gonna move the camera over again.
Right.
People can see him.
Ymir is my boss. Ymir also knocks down trees where he steps.
Yes.
Which is kind of cool.
And so every god avatar has a special attack that you can use. For Mitra, it's a stomping attack. For Ymir, it's, since he has a giant axe, he might as well use it on something.
It's a giant AoE on buildings, players, everything. Does a lot of damage to people in the area. And things in the area.
People are asking, why would anyone choose some other god? Well, I mean, all the gods have certain pros and cons, and you get certain things from worshipping certain gods.
I heard a rumor that you guys were going to plan to have Mitra and Ymir have a fight soon.
Were we?
Yeah, that's the rumor. I heard the marketing
that's quite an interesting rumor. I wonder if there's any truth to that rumor.
Who knows?
Who knows? And in case you're wondering if, you lost him there.
Yeah.
The avatar is temporary. It will go away over time, and there are several ways to defend yourself against an avatar. It's not completely overpowered.
It was, and then we fixed it.
Yes, and then we fixed it. Someone actually emailed me the other day saying, "Say, by the way, did you ever like think about a way to counter avatars?" And I just sent him a blog post that I'd written about how to counter avatars.
Yeah.
So if you eventually you'll be able to build a altar, and you can unlock an avatar shield, basically, that will damage the avatar and eventually make it go away. And if you're being attacked by an avatar, you can fire upon it with a trebuchet, you can fire upon it with arrows, you can throw the grenade orbs at it, for example. So you'll be able to defend yourself and eventually de-summon an avatar before it.
Yeah, every time an avatar takes damage, it loses time.
Yes.
So.
And they're not as powerful as they used to be. They don't completely break everything they touch immediately, at least as far as buildings go. And then if you lose a building, it will be much easier to build it back up, because we've reduced some of the building costs across the board.
Yep, exactly.
Yes.
Building has become random direwolf. I guess I'm still cloaked and semi-naked in the coldest parts of the game, so it's fine.
Yes, CWG, you can enslave as many people as you want, as far as I know.
Yeah, when we do the Thrall settlement system, you will require a bed per Thrall.
Right.
So you'll be forced to craft beds for every Thrall that you want to capture. So it's not going to be that you can have infinite Thralls at some point. You'll need to think about space requirements and making sure you have beds for them. We won't do anything crazy like making you feed them, because that would be a tedious chore.
They can feed themselves.
But we will make things like, for every Thrall you want to have, you'll need to have a bed. For every skeleton that you want to raise from the dead, you'll need to have a grave, for example.
Skeletons raising from the dead, huh?
Necromancy.
Necromancy. Sorcery
Not
system.
to be confused with necrophilia.
For people wondering if the Frozen North is a separate map or something that just slots onto the existing map, could you maybe bring up the map?
Yeah, sure.
After you're done climbing?
Sure, I'll just make myself finish climbing.
Right.
Yeah, map. Bam.
There you go.
This is... Oh, look, that's where I died.
That is
that's where I attacked.
Recent avatar attack.
Sorry, my bad. This is the map that we have right now. You can explore...
Someone points out they don't need to sleep on a bed. There's a good floor. I mean, yeah, the floor is perfectly good. I say that having slept on floors a couple of times.
We do have bedrolls.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, as you can see, the Frozen North will simply just attach to the already existing map.
It's the Frozen North.
Yes, absolutely. And if you're wondering how can a forested area exist right next to a giant desert, magic is the answer.
Literally the answer.
Yeah. A wizard did it.
Well, a wizard,
to quote The Simpsons.
A wizard messed up big time, and that's why.
Yeah.
If you play the game and talk to some of the NPCs, you'll find this out. Actually, it's something to point out for the Frozen North. I have not recorded dialogue for the characters in the Frozen North yet, so that means that we'll be adding more lore and dialogue to the Frozen North area after launch, post the launch here, because it simply wasn't that feasible to record voiceover in the summer holidays for all the actors.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, it was a bit of a short-sightedness on my end, to be honest, because I should have organised that earlier. But funnily enough, people went on holidays and then I couldn't. I just simply could not record them. So yeah.
People are asking about region locking. Will North Americans be able to play on European servers and vice versa?
I believe that we still have the ping limiter on official servers.
Yes.
And that is to ensure that people have a fair PvP experience and a good experience of the server quality. So the ping is locked to 140 milliseconds.
Yes.
So that is our... Yeah, that is our plan.
That is our plan. And yeah, we needed to switch back to the webcam because I believe the game just crashed. But Possibly. That happens sometimes. We are not ignoring the tether question. I've actually answered it in chat a couple of times. But yes, you will be able to set up a local co-op game on your Xbox at game preview launch. There won't be split screen, but you can invite other players who have the game on their own Xbox and they can play together. There will be a tether, and that is due to technical reasons. Because when you're creating a server on your machine and you're inviting other people into your world, and so the game is only rendered from your perspective, not theirs. And so if we didn't have the tether, then people basically would be able to, they would just fall through the world.
They would fall out of the world.
Yeah.
Physics only has a radius around your character, and that's a memory, and I mean that's a memory issue essentially. You're preserving memory.
And that is why we tether you together, so you will always be able to stay in the same place. Yes. All right, we're back in the game. Also, yes, there are ways to defend yourself against a god other than the dome. You can fire upon a god avatar with the trebuchet. You can shoot it with arrows. You can throw grenades at it.
You can also kill the person who summoned it, who is marked on the map.
Yes, you can choose to kill the person who summoned it. You can just kill the person who summoned it before the avatar even appears, because we will mark that person on the map, so they always will be there. How big is the map in kilometers? Someone's asking. We don't really have a specific number.
The measurement we did before launch was 53 kilometers.
Are you tired of answering that question?
No,
Joel?
I'm just thinking about it. Right? Sorry, this is not my derp face. This is my I'm thinking face, which is probably my derp face. But yeah, it's let's see. We've added 16 square. It's something. I think it's around 30 square kilometers, something like that. Who knows? It's big enough that you can run around for a while without running out of things to see. It's also dangerous, as people saw if they were watching me die horribly earlier. So.
But you always die horribly on stream. We've already established this.
I always die horribly on stream. But that's because I don't know. I'm not going to make excuses. I just suck. Let's just say I suck. That's fine.
Because that's what Reddit is going to tell us tomorrow.
People can tell me I suck. I'm used to that. It's fine.
Yeah, of course, people are also asking about mounts, which we're going to be adding to the game eventually. We've already, we've been working on it for a while. And basically, the reason we decided to not do them for this this expansion update is because we weren't able to make them work properly. And of course, we can't give you mounts without them being decent mounts.
There are certain things that mounts need to do that they weren't doing.
Mm-hmm.
People who are new to this game on Xbox they might see some cool stuff.
Undead Hooligan says that, Joel, I still like you. That's good.
That's good.
What is going on here, Joel?
Someone's being betrayed by the humans.
Oh my.
I don't know exactly what's going on.
Maybe that's for players to discover.
Maybe people can find out
if
they play the game.
The
law. The law.
The lore.
I'm above the law.
No, you're not, Joel.
I am the law.
You are the lore. You are the lore master, at least, as far as I know.
That's like the worst title you can have in gaming. Lore master. Everybody has an image in their head of you just being the worst person on earth. And
I see a bunch of streamers and content creators in the chat. We are going to be sending out Xbox One keys. And if I've already told you that you'll be getting one, you will be getting one. I can't tell you publicly on the stream when that's going to happen. But it's going to happen before launch. I can tell you that much. I'm going to maybe turn off the in-game sound a little bit. And I think we've been going on for about an hour and 10 minutes. Anything else you think we might need to add, Joel?
No, just that we appreciate everybody for tuning in, and thank you for watching me die over and over and not making too much fun of me. And
all right,
we appreciate people showing up.
So we can sum up a little bit. If you're just joining us, which that's a bit of a shame because we've been going for about an hour now. If you're just joining us, this is Conan Exiles. It is a open world survival game that's launching on Xbox Game Preview on August 16th.
Sprint toggle.
And we're launching alongside the Frozen North expansion update, which will be available on both PC and on Xbox. And everything you see in the PC version will be on the Xbox version, and that's about it. It's going to cost you $34.99, and if you want a private server at Game Preview launch, you're going to have to rent it from G-Portal. There is an option in the game's main menu to do just that. And we have tried to make it as easy and as painless for you as possible. And I think we're just about done.
That sounds like you've summed up the information pretty well. Hello,
yes.
Wolf.
And of course, if you're a bit sad about joining us just now as we're wrapping up, we will post this on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Funcom, and you can rewatch the whole thing and get all the information. There will also be a VOD up on our Mixer channel.
My amateur combat skills will be preserved forever.
Yes, they have been preserved for quite a while, ever since November of last year when we started streaming.
I remember when we did the PvP combat stream.
Yes.
That was fun.
That is fun. We're cloaked right now, which is why people aren't attacking us, but if we were, they would carve us to pieces. And so I think we're gonna jump out of the game.
Wait, I have a...
You have a thing? I'm gonna jump back into the game.
I can only do it facing forwards, that's right.
Yep.
Because of the way I've done the animation. Okay, cool. Now
right.
you can jump out.
Now we're...
That was fantastic.
We're back in the room.
Alright, cool.
Alright, cool.
Any questions before we run off?
Yeah, we can take a couple of questions for a couple of minutes. The early access price is staying the same right now.
Yep.
It's $29.99. And yes, it's staying the same. For now, at least. What country are they from? I'm from Norway. Joel's from Australia. We're currently in Norway. in Funcom studio in Oslo. Yes, Odoving was asking this quite often, and I'm very thankful for his patience. Will beards move just like hair and not clip? That is the idea, at least.
They clip.
A little bit? Well,
They
clip meaning...
They clip into the player's body. They don't clip into the player's
Okay.
armors, I think. But we need to test it. I don't remember. But no, they don't have cloth physics on them yet.
I'm just gonna type something in. Are there pets you can tame or have fight with you? Not right now, but it's...
There are thralls you can tame.
Yes.
But they're not pets. And yeah, we will add that, hopefully.
Part of the whole taming and mounts system and all that kind of stuff. The hotbar is only on the PC version. The radial menu is for the... There is a radial menu for the Xbox One version. We will, along with the entirely new biome, we're adding the ability to fish, the ability to make beer, to grow crops, to have beehives with honey in them, all kinds of stuff. Are we increasing the max level cap?
Yes.
Yes.
It's 60 now.
Yes. We will not be at PAX Prime, but myself and Nicole, who's in the chat, and Andy, who's the community manager on Secret World Legends, we will be at Gamescom. So if any of you are going to Gamescom, we are doing a party on the 22nd. If you go to blog.conanexiles.com, you'll find all the details in an entry there. And so you will then you can meet us and come hang out and have a drink or not, if that's your thing. And I think that'll be fun.
I won't be there.
You won't be there.
No.
You'll be here working on the game.
I'll be working.
Yeah. And
they don't let me out of the house anymore. They keep me on the leash. Hold on, let me just... Yep, still around my ankle. Yep.
You're not seeing this, but we've actually chained Joel.
Oh, it's not a chain. It's
this.
one of those, you know, the prison bracelet things that you get around your legs.
Oh, yeah, so it shocks you if you leave the office. Yeah.
Yes.
We can't disclose how many servers will be available at launch, but we will have what we believe is enough, and we will also have servers in reserve servers. That's a weird thing to say. In case we need
When will the
it.
settlement system come? Stop spamming that. It will come when it's done. It's not done. I'll let you know.
Yes. A lot of things are a lot of features that we've said will come eventually will come when they're done, basically. Jens has Joel on office arrest, confirmed. Yes. All right. I think we're going to say goodbye. Thank you for joining us, and we had over 800 viewers, which I think is really, really cool.
That salute emote worked.
That salute emote worked. Frozen North is available on day one. Xbox One version releases August 16th. It's going to cost $34.99. And we out.
Okay.